Hey guys, welcome back to F8C Tactical. I am Steve, and what we got on tap today, well, we're looking at another Grizzly offering, but this time it's in 45 ACP. It's the Grizzly 230 grain plus P jacketed hollow point. Now this one has a simple brass casing, and while the specific hollow point that they use in this offering isn't specified, it's definitely different from the design in the Kodiak 185 grain offering that we're also testing this weekend. They also claim 1,000 feet per second for velocity, but I could not tell which barrel length that was from. We'll see if we get that out of either of our test pistols this weekend. And as far as our test pistols, up first will be the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield with that 3.3 inch barrel. And the other pistol this weekend is going to be the stainless Springfield 1911 with a 5 inch barrel. And as far as our test setup, it's going to be the same as usual. We'll get a 5-round average through our chrono for velocity and muzzle energy. And we'll set up that gel test at about 8 yards with a 4-layer clothing barrier. Got everything covered. Let's get to the range and see how it goes. All right, up first for that Grizzly 230 grain plus P 45 hollow point is going to be our Smith & Wesson 45 Shield. Make sure everything's rolling. We're good to go. See what we get here. 967.7, 974.7, 954.6, 971.5, got one more, 979.0, that's 5. Average velocity is 971.7. We'll call it 972. Standard deviation of 7.9. We'll call it 8. Extreme spread of 22.3. And our muzzle energy is 482 foot-pounds of energy. We're sitting right at 971.7 there. I do not know what we'll get out of this one. I know at 979 it should perform okay. 45s rarely in that 230 range get over 1,000 feet per second, especially out of this 3.3 inch barrel here. I think we're going to do okay there, but it really just depends on that projectile. I don't know what the minimum is on this one. That's what we're doing this for. I think it's going to be okay, but we'll see. We'll get that 5 inch loaded up. We'll see what we get out of it. All right, we've got our Springfield 1911 loaded up. Everything's rolling. Let's see what we get out of this one. 1,065.6, 1,086.3, 1,077.1, 1,068.6. I got one more. 1,058.1. I will say one thing. I have got 5 rounds out of that down there, and they're all touching. Now I'm just shooting here at 8 yards to give me an idea where we would be on the gel, but every one of those 5 are touching. I can't say that for that 3.3, but let's see what we got here. 1,071.1 is our average velocity. Standard deviation of 9.7, extreme spread of 28.2. And our muzzle energy is 585.8. We'll call it 586 foot-pounds of energy. I think that one's going to do phenomenal. No doubt there, Grizzly has performed extremely well in everything that we've done except for that one mystery 9mm round. Still don't know what it is, but everything else has been great. I think this is going to be the same. I think both of these are going to do well, but there's only one way to know for sure. We're going to get that gel set up, and we'll get to it. Okay, we've got our gel test set up. Got our 1911 loaded up based on what we just got out of our 185 grain version of this. I think the 230 might be about right. So far, the 2 tests that we've done haven't been very well today, so maybe this one's going to make up for it. Let's see what we get here. Looks like a pretty good shot. 1,049 here. I've got, looks like 1,034 at the jail. Let's go down there and see what we got. Finally, we have got what we've been looking for all day, a good performance. Let's look at it though. Comes in, no problem getting expansion through that clothing barrier. It opens up immediate. Now the entry cavity doesn't look phenomenal. Sometimes that is misleading. You really have to look at the type expansion you get in the penetration, but still you can tell we're getting expansion there. Starts to fade out pretty quick. It's gone by 9 inches. Get into this second gel here, and we have just got into that second gel. We're sitting at about 16 3/4. And you can see, kind of blurry there, but you can see we have got phenomenal expansion. Looks really good down in there. This is the first 230 grain that we've gotten good expansion on like this. Nice penetration. I think we're going to do well out of that 3 inch as well, but we're going to get loaded up and we'll see what we get. We're also going to look at this thing from the top too. We were looking at the side view, didn't look that impressive, but man, when you get up here, you see this thing really did give off a very nice entry cavity there. That look from the side was a little bit misleading, so just wanted to show you that as well. Very nice results out of that round. Okay, last one of the day. We've got our M&P Shield 45 loaded up. Nice performance out of that 1911. Let's see if we get the same out of this one. All right, 977 here. I got 966 there. I hope that's a good shot. We're in the middle of the jail, but I've got some 9mm tests that I was trying to avoid there. I'm not sure what we got. I think we got good performance though. Let's go see what we got. Okay, so we're going to look at it from the top. It gives us the best look. And I got to tell you, this is the one that I was hoping we would finally get out of these tests today. Is didn't get a good test out of 147 grain plus P, 9mm. Got over expansion really and under penetration on that 185 grain. But this one, this is the one that I had hoped for here. Just phenomenal performance across the board. Comes in, immediate expansion again, no problem, that clothing barrier. And you can see the track that we've got down there on that entry cavity. Very nice expansion there. That entry cavity fades off about 6.5 inches. Looks like we shed just a little bit of the jacket in the gel right here. Come down, touch the end of the gel at 16 inches and come back to rest right there. And you can see, let's go down here and see. Yeah, very nice expansion down in there. Just really fantastic performance out of this round. Finally, 2 busted tests early on in this today, but these last 2 are the last tests for these 2 rounds here. Just phenomenal. We'll get those dug out, get them back to the shop, give you our final thoughts, but really impressive out of this one. Okay, we've got everything back to the shop. We're going to look at these real quick before we give you our final thoughts. This is the one out of that 5 inch. This is the one out of the 3.3. We're going to start with this 5 inch here. And as you can see, really nice performance, good consistent expansion. Really got into that depth of the round very well. Velocity at the gel was 1,034. Penetration was 16 3/4. 1,034 for a 230 grain bullet. In my opinion, very, very good. Looks like it's possible we lost just a little bit off of that. It's sitting at 228. I don't really see anything that stands out, but it's possible that we lost just a little bit there. As far as expansion, 0.74, 0.712, and 0.725. Again, very consistent on that one. So far, definitely one of the best performers that we've seen in 45. All right, let's go to that 3.3 inch. Again, really nice, consistent expansion. You can see we did lose a pedal off of that. We saw it in the gel. Very nice performance here. Velocity at the gel was 966. Again, very, very good performance there on velocity out of a 230 grain. Penetration was 16 inches. And we're sitting at 228. Again, a little surprising because I couldn't see off of this one here what we even, looks like we lost a little bit off of that lead core there. That might have been the difference. And on this one, we lost a pedal on the backside. So that's the difference in those two, I guess. Let's get some expansion numbers on this one. 0.725, 0.691, and 0.665. Very consistent. Again, really good performance. One of the best that we've seen so far in 45. Okay, guys, that is a wrap for the Grizzly 230 grain 45 ACP plus P jacketed hollow point. What'd you guys think? Well, as I've already stated, in my opinion, it's been the best that we've tested out of the 3 tests that we've done in 45. I've had several tell me that the standard pressure HST performs better than the plus P version. We're going to get that in and test that. We'll see how it goes. But so far, out of the plus P HST 230 grain and the 185 grain Grizzly that we've tested along with this one, this was the best performer out of the 3 by far. The only issue here for me is the quality control from Grizzly. It's a small company, and I think they're headed in the right direction. I love most of their products that they've got. But as we've stated before, we did get 1 box of 9 mil that wasn't exactly what was stated on the box. I've heard a few stories since then of other people having similar issues. And while I do like their products, I'll say it, state it again. I'm just a little bit hesitant at this point to trust it for my everyday carry. But tell us what you think. Let us know what you think about this performance. Also, let us know if you use one of the Grizzly products as an everyday carry for self-defense. We would love to hear about that as well. So as we wrap up this video, we just wanted to say that it's been about 3.5, maybe even 4 weeks, actually, since we've shot this test. Since then, our family suffered a loss. It's kind of wrapped up our focus and energy. So if you're wondering or curious why we haven't been on or posted or even actually been able to respond to comments, that's why. We're still here. We've got more tests on the way. We appreciate all the feedback as always. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications for our future videos. And as I reflect on the past few weeks, I would just say this: make sure your family knows you love them. Make sure your relationship with Jesus Christ is secured. God bless. Get out and exercise your Second Amendment right. We'll catch you next time.